Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's Rosen. A quick hitter, complete. It's Drake. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game. One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama, trying to run inside, but nothing there. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rosen. Looking downfield for Dez. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Trying to stick with Dez there, got too physical, pass interference.
I like your note there. So physical. Hard for any defender to cover Dez Bryant without drawing a pass interference call.
That's going to be caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenny Stills with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Wentz. David Johnson here on the catch. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. It's on Andre Dillard, first-round pick from Washington State. He was the 2nd tackle taken in the draft. He's flagged there. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to fire one. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9, from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now on first down, Drake again. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Middle.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Faking the give to Drake. Now Rosen. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Get ready.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
At the 18-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Wentz throwing complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. David Johnson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Brings up second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
From the 27, Rosen. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back to the air, Rosen after the pick six. On the left side, this is Stills. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Rosen on 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Rosen completes it to Parker. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, Something short, shallow, going through defenders.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Rosen. Flush to his right, and that'll be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Rosen will throw. It's caught. Stills, right side. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Stills was 2nd on the team a year ago to the now departed Danny Amendola in the receiving yards category. And hard to believe, 5th year now with Miami after his first couple of years with Drew Brees in New Orleans, and now hoping he can form a bond with Josh Rosen. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass and they get 12 yards out of it. Now a draw play with Drake. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, alert!
Play action here with Rosen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills. They begin the drive with Johnson. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And cuts out right sideline. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 51 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Play action. Now Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jerome Baker able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Recon, 132 fighter.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got him in, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Wentz now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And now it's 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
This complete left side to Aguilar. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Your trip ends here, baby. Your trip ends here.
Here we go. Waiting. Kill.
Now Wentz again. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, it's Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Wentz now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd and a yard. Wentz firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Waiting.
52's the mic. Your track.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo. Hey, Echo. Check that.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Oh, he's got a little daylight. It's a foot race. The 20. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the 35 on 2nd down, Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Wentz now to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Raekwon McMillan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Rosen off the play action. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field.
Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taking it about the 16. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Elsewhere at Arrowhead there in the third quarter. The Chiefs have scored again to extend their lead a bit. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. On first down, Drake. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. It's complete to Drake. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Faking the give to Drake, now Rosen. And he hits Drake. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Rosen looking to throw. Going to throw deep. And Stills has got it. Touchdown, Miami. Kenny Stills, 28 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. The intended receiver was David Johnson. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Johnson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. On the toss play, Howard. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Second and 10 now. It's Rosen. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
X3, 218, chop.
A handoff to the right side. It's Gray. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Check.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Hey, we got to get this stop here.
Hey, Delta.
27, Mike 27.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. He completes it to Bryant. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running from the shotgun with Drake. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Rosen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And Bryant's got it over the middle. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rosen. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Again, it's Rosen. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion. We're just shy of the marker.
61, matchbox, lights.
Running, it's Drake. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
55.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. They'll run on 1st down. It's Drake. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because We've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash. This from 45 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll make this a 7-point game. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. You got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
82, 82. 52, Alpha. Let's go, team.
Back to throw. Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. One final try now for Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put